Hi, today I'm going to teach you how to give yourself hair color only in a coronavirus time. This is not to be done any other time but in a pandemic like this. So, we are going to have a color service available for you that we can formulate your color formula and have everything ready for you to mix up. When you receive your bag of your product, what you'll have in there is a bowl and a brush and items like this. So the very first thing you need to do is get your barrier cream. We have put in enough barrier cream to last a while. You only need a tiny little bit. What this is going to do is going to protect your skin from the hair color not staining it. So you want to take this and you want to put it all around your hairline. Now, I have about 60% gray and I have colored my hair right before the coronavirus, so you can't really see how much regrowth I have, but just imagine a lot of hair color regrowth all around the hairline here, even on the tops of your ears, in the back of your head. One thing you want to make sure that you wear while doing this is an old button-down shirt or a dark colored shirt like what I have with a big wide collar that you can bring up over your head easily. So we've got the barrier cream on. I'm going to show you two different techniques. One is a bowl and brush technique, and then the other one would be with a bottle. So what you're going to do is you'll have number one. You're going to open that up and dump all of that inside the bowl. Use the brush to get all the product out. And then make sure whatever surface you're working on too isn't going to stain. You might want to put an old towel down or something. And then put number one and number two together. Scoop all that out and then mix it up. Man, I need a manicure. Okay, so that's one way that you could apply this. The other option is with the brush and bottle. So we can talk to you when we decide what color we need to mix up for you, and we can decide which way you would feel more comfortable with applying it on your own hair. With a bowl, with a bottle, what you're gonna need to do is squeeze it slightly and then put your finger on the top and shake it really well. I'm gonna apply half of my head with a bowl and brush and half with the bottle, and then you can see which one you think would be better for your skill set. We're also going to provide a pair of gloves, disposable gloves. So make sure you put those on before you start to apply the color. All right, so what we're going to do is wherever you part your hair, you're going to start there. So I'm going to take the brush, and usually, like I said, I have a lot of gray. You can usually see a lot of regrowth. When you part it naturally, what you want to do is get both sides of the part with a brush. Just putting a little bit of color on at a time, but making sure that it's all over there. And then you want to take a next part down and do the same thing. Part off another section there and do the same thing. Go back as far as you can go and just trying to make sure that you're just doing the regrowth only, unless you are freshening up all your hair color, and then I will show you that technique. But what we're gonna really push for people to do is just to be able to have their formula that we use at the spa for their use at home to get them through this time. So again, just taking small partings, like 1/2 inch or less partings all the way back and applying it on the regrowth. Okay, so that's how you would do it for the rest of this section of the hair if you were going to continue on with the brush technique. One thing you want to do once you've applied the front and sides is you want to make sure that you go over the hairline. As we all know, our gray is really stubborn around the face, but making sure that you're just trying to keep it on the regrowth only and not pulling it through the ends. If you get color on the ends, it's not that big of a deal, but it will darken the ends more. And with this technique, we're just trying to cover up the regrowth and blend the gray. So now I'm gonna apply the other part of the head with the bottle applicator. Again, making sure that you mix it up really well before you apply. And you actually part with the nozzle of the color applicator bottle and just put a little bit on there and then just kind of dab it through. Take the next section, put it on the regrowth and dab it through. Small sections are best, and applying it right on the scalp. You can kind of run the nozzle right along your hairline, along your scalp. Taking the next section, and just keep going until you're done with that section. Now what you could do is, if you only feel like you need it just around the hairline and along your part, you could just apply that area for now. Just to kind of get you by. Or you could go as far as you want to cover it all. If you were to get towards the back, I would highly recommend you getting help from a loved one to do the back, because it's really hard to do this on the back of your head. Now what I would suggest is, if you're doing the bottle technique, I would still go around the hairline at the end with the brush, making sure you're getting all that hair around your hairline. Okay, so if you were going to do the back, what you would do is part down the middle of your hair and try to have 2 different quadrants in the back here, starting from the top and working your way down, and kind of take sections either with the brush or the bowl to apply the color just on the regrowth only. Again, you could use the brush or the bottle technique in the back. My regrowth's not that bad, so I'm just gonna do around my hairline. Now, if you are getting color, we're gonna have a couple different options. We'll have options for just gray coverage, gray blending, and then we'll also have an option for an all-over color. With the all-over color technique, it is best to use the bottle. And I feel like it's better to just squeeze some on your hands to get it on the ends of your hair. Again, this is going to be messy, so be careful. You might want to throw an old sheet or something down underneath you. I'm just really working through the ends, trying not to disturb the color on the retouch that you've already done. Because the color for your ends most likely is going to be a different color formula depending on what color you're getting. So putting the color on the ends, it's usually a lighter color that we mix up so that you don't get that shoe polish store-bought home box color look. So you can walk around, scare your family, just look kind of goofy for a while. We're gonna let this process from this point after you get it applied about 15 to 20 minutes. The color is a progressive color, so it will progressively get darker, so you don't really wanna leave it on much longer. If you have very stubborn gray hair, we will be giving everybody directions on, we know your hair, we know what's best for your hair, how long we formulate and let color process. So we'll go ahead and give you all the processing times also for your color. But this is definitely going to make everybody look and feel better, not having gray walking around and regrowth, and just keeping things freshened up during this time of seclusion. So thank you, and please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions whatsoever. Thank you. Bye.